cooking up with Fang.
Yeah, and I mean, I talked about it already, though. You know, over on Ancient, it hasn't been the best story for Boss over the last month or so, even over the last 3 months, right? 4 of the last 5 matches have been losses to Elevate, Party Astronaut, Liquid, Complexity. I mean, there are some tough names in Liquid and Complexity on that list, but still, yeah, go ahead.
I think the big problem, John, is just that nothing's been compelling for them over the last 3 months. It's been really tough since the beginning of the year for this Boss squad, frankly.
It certainly has.
They looked like they were a team that was going to threaten into the upper echelon, and they've kind of come up against a bit of a plateau, but they're hoping Fang will help push them over it. Here comes the strike on out. They got some space. They've got a lot of space, actually. There's still 3 CTs here. How is everybody alive is the question. Alone kind of losing himself in that smoke, but what? How is he alive? What is happening? Someone load all these pistols with blanks? Okay, finally Marky confirms for us that they're still using lethal force. Actually, the bomb was rotating because Boss had pulled so much. Kind of got themselves into a really weird spot on A. And now they're coming back around. I don't know that either side really knows what to expect here. This is a wild play. Cryptic now faking this out towards B. Needs a kill to sell this, and he's not going to have one. So he realizes they've got the bodies forward. They strike onto Carson. Now they're back in. They can claim CJ. They will indeed. Bomb can be planted. This is a prime opportunity. Bomb's going to be down at least, but holy cow, the cavalry is here early. They are not wasting any time. Fang force back. What can he do? They're just brawling. They're just battling. They're fighting on in. Fighting on forward. He's found the first, though. They're not on the bomb plant. Oh! And he's got no health, but he's away.
He got away?
Junior has to stick. Junior has to stick. There's no kit.
He has time to go for one more fight, but it has to be quick.
Is Fang reading this? He is indeed. He certainly knows now. Oh, but Junior will have it. Does he get there in time?
I think so.
Nope. No, he does not. He is a second late. The 10-second kicked in. He has not got this.
I don't know. I think he does.
It's going off. Oh, he still got it. The 10 seconds a lie, John. It's a lie.
Yeah, no, I had a feeling he had it just by the timing on the bomb. And yeah, it was just barely, right? We're talking about milliseconds of a difference here. But he does, in fact, secure the defusal. Very impressive little display put on by Fang with so low health. Still able to get a couple of frags and evade the fire of Junior almost long enough to secure the round, but not to be. Nouns do take another pistol round. They've been so very good on that throughout this close qualifier. But it's a tough one. Probably their toughest yet.
I mean, half a second, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. You know it, folks. If you hear the 10 second, ignore it. Get on that damn bomb. Be like Junior. Through the power of belief, you will make that defuse happen.
Going alone. Thinking about going in towards Cave. Now he's backed off, and that smoke will push him back further along with Freshie. They still got the lurk over in Darty. He's taking a little bit of damage there. I'm not sure from what, but he's falling back as well and will be regrouping with his teammates shortly. It feels like they've kind of painted themselves into a corner, right? Because they don't have any information on either part of the map, and now they're grouped up towards the B site with only 43 seconds left. It kind of has to be a B hit.
That's a nice find. Off of Marky, peeking out from Cave. Collecting on this, but I'm not quite sure what Nouns have seen, but they pulled off of this. Kill comes through. Now bomb plan certainly will be confirmed. Marky has to wait for his teammates to get back into the angle, and if they can actually fight up Marky, this could get really interesting. Actually going to take the brawl towards CT. Nice shots from Marky. Need to do some serious work here. Flashbangs might be too much. And it was a pick your poison situation for Darty. CJ surviving on 1 point of health, but it's still 3 alive and a bomb defused for Nouns.
Yeah, Boss get a couple of bomb plants in a row at the very least. The problem is that was a force buy for them into that round, and they only get 2 frags. Just missed the third right on CJ, who survives with that 1 HP. But that's not enough to justify another force buy. Okay, I guess it is. So they are going to force up again on the boss side. I thought they would go for a half buy, but they're thinking in their heads, okay, I guess maybe we can punish here and come through and find something. It's not going to be easy at all. Rifles across the board. The weakest one, a Galil for Carson. Everyone else either on an M4, an AK, or an AWP. Ooh, I don't know about this call. Already the nade connecting onto Darty Montana and Polone, hitting them both down to about half HP. Darty, along with Pone alone, charging into cave, so at least they've gained the space. But on the other side is Marky, along with George, and George has been so very good. Not a player you want to face off against?
No. Certainly not. Not right now.
No.
I mean, we're seeing lighter sights towards B. This has been announced and pulled a lot of players off to fight in towards mid, and this time it might cost them. There's nobody here. A triple fight mid, but I mean, Darty's even gonna get one. Or sorry, Fang rather. He straight it out. The bomb's planted. 4 on 3 in the retake. This is far from comfortable for Nouns. Do they attempt it?
Yeah, I think they're going to.
It is Nouns. Of course they're going to. What am I talking about? Darty's in the cave. They're all stacked up right on the square here. Right on the block, but no, they're backing off. They're backing off. Too much time off. They don't fancy their chances. They weren't given the fights they were hoping for.
Carson, you can't bring him away from a fight.
George is getting brought in.
Okay.
Ooh,
Carson
Junior
eventually backs off. Junior's barely surviving here. His teammate goes down trying to save his life, but neither will survive. And Freshy goes down to the bomb. That is such a shame for Nouns to lose all the weapons they were trying to save. And their economy actually does get punished, so I take it back. I questioned the force buy from Boss, but it pans out. They get their first round, and Nouns don't have much to buy up here as a result.
No, it has paid off indeed, and Nouns punished for that kind of half in, half out. Always the risk. One more kill, one more kill. Suddenly you're punished. Timeout going to be called here. The trend getting in their ears. Now, if they save one, CJ is double eco, but we know he's perfectly comfortable playing on towards an MP9. But it's not going to be great with second round. Carson will just be on 4K. There will be limitations here if they don't get any kills. Still, I think a lot of teams with the money they've got would probably lean towards that. Nope, they're going in. This is not a lot of teams. This is not a lot of teams. Nouns are going to risk it here. Worst case scenario, Boss comes up, comes into the lead, and they've got a stronger buy in the next. But I want to give it a chance, and based on what I've seen them do with pistols before, can't really blame them.
I think it's more like, hey, they just did it to us in a situation where they probably shouldn't have, so why don't we try to bring it right back to them? So they haven't given up on the force buy wars just yet. 357s, I mean, those, we've seen how potent they can be. MP9. And the scout siege at the 5-7. Ridiculous.
What was
Darty.
Huh?
Okay, gets Marky, but Carson pushing up as he always does towards mid, finds Cryptic, and some space gain here by Boss into B, but three players are waiting. CJ gets one, Bang is going to get the trade, and then Freshy gets another one here for Boss. 3v2 advantage now at 3v1. That should be the killing blow.
Yeah, one more claimed. Carson can still do work with this Galil. 2 players are low. Ponalone, though, the healthy players posted on the ankle. And the dink will not be enough to get the kill. Nice attempt. Nice try. 3 players walk away very wounded. But the force buy is survived. And now you'll get the proper eco out from Nouns. I mean, they stacked the right site. They had the bodies in the right place. They had the right read, did Nouns. Just couldn't quite bring it over the line. Freshy and Cryptic both going towards MAC-10s here, as they're going to be looking to make some cash up against the USPs.
Yeah, it's a good call. Good math on their side, realizing, well, I mean, you see the force buy come through and you shut it down. Obviously, there's no choice but to go to the USPs only.
Well, there's a choice. Just a bad one.
Yeah, it would be a terrible. Darty is going to get the headshot onto George. kicking things off immediately. For all intents and purposes, unless something ridiculous happens here, Boss have it, and they're already going towards the empty bomb site, so this one should be... Ooh, Darty.
The real question is
Almost
what
gets
happens
caught.
if you don't lose a single body on this fight? Keep both SMGs in the next rifle round?
I'd say yeah, why not?
Seems like what they're going to do. And then you just...
Ooh.
Yeah, he's in trouble on the smoke fed. Yeah, first kill found. That's going to funnel the rest through. He knows it's coming. They going to get that AK? Kind of looks like they're going to get that AK. Marky stashing it. The MAC-10's coming hunting. First one found. Not the next. Marky makes life expensive, and, well, Fang will make sure there's nothing brought through. Where's Freshie?
He's close. Did
Not
he
close
get it?
enough.
No.
Not nearly close enough. So they'll keep the one MAC-10.
Yeah.
Up,
No
up.
reason not to.
Rifles on the rest.
Unless.
Unless.
I was going to say, maybe Cryptic goes for the MAC-10 again, but no. No. AK for him. Freshie sticks with it. I mean, it still can be very effective, especially if you go for a faster push. We'll see if he decides to be that tip of the spear, but potentially the second man in right now, if they go into A main, looks like they're changing that up. They say, okay, you got MAC-10. Why don't you be the first one out here, and then we'll trade you out should you die. If you get a frag, it's even better. Fang setting up that smoke for his team. That is CT. Junior only gets one and gets immediately taken down afterwards. 4v3 advantage for Boss heading on to this A site. They have the plant secured. Carson finds one right before the bomb is planted in the dirt. Tries to swing around for a second and does so much damage, Mike.
That flashbang was lethal. Fang nearly bit the bullet as a result of it. 1 HP, he's down. A pre-fire too much. 2-on-2, both fighting from Donut Bomb. Not actually planted for them. Not going to go up on it. George could just stick this. It's actually Marky who's got the kit, so he's got a cross to do so. He's not the player defusing. But George will get the kill as they're swapping out there, trying to figure this out, putting the pieces together. And Nouns knot things up.
Yeah, nice recovery there. I mean, there was a man advantage briefly for Boss in that situation, but Nouns, you know, continue to get the trades. Carson deserves a ton of credit. Finds one, continues to charge forward. I mean, that's the way he likes to play, of course, as we've talked about many times before. But in that case, he gets pretty much 2 kills. 1 HP away from the second, and it's enough for the rest of his team to come out and clear out the bodies. 3-3, all tied up. Boss, though, still had enough cash to fully invest in this round. The only one a little short on Util's Cryptic, and that Molotov creates some problems for Fang, but not too many. Only 2 HP loss, and he quickly recovers himself. Smoke and a bloom in front of his face, and Boss just kind of playing defaults here, waiting for pushes to come through. Haven't really committed on either side of the map. Maybe some mid control going to be gone for as soon as this smoke fades. Fang boosted up. Looks for information down lane. Oh, finds information. An op in Junior's hands and a bullet in his body.
The smoke fade fight's going to be huge. Marky and George sticking around in the aggressive boss ring. Ooh, the op duel instead. Okay, Junior wins his. George takes both. And this is a non-starter of a round. Freshie's wondering what he's even supposed to do here. Everybody's dead. Round's barely begun. I think they even heard him rotating back into spawn. So they're trying to chase.
They don't have to, though.
Certainly not. But that would not be very Nounsish of them if they didn't.
No.
They even shouldn't, to be quite
No.
frank. One
Yeah.
hero AK in the next is much better to deal with than losing potentially any more bodies here.
Yeah, their money's not great. They would potentially be looking at like another 1v1 situation if they continue to chase Freshie. Just, you know, if you're going to go for him, group up, try to go for a hit, but there's not much time left. So save your guns, keep your economy healthy, and give up the AK. We'll also get the lead here, 4-3. Yeah, that round just did not go Boss's way at all. Nouns got aggressive outside the B double doors. They charged in towards T spawn, got a couple of frags, immediately retreated out from that and went for a fight towards mid and found everything they possibly could want. And Junior opened things up well against Fang, who just literally was trying to get info and was immediately deleted by Junior from Sniper Nest. So, timeout going to be called by Boss to talk things over. They have that 1 AK that was saved over, but everyone else is around 2K, so probably not going to see much out of this round aside from the Hero AK. I'm not sure if you can even call it that because it was saved over from the previous round, but yeah.
All right, hear me out.
Yes.
Cryptic P253K.
I thought you were going to say Fang P253K, Mike.
Could be a Fang one. I could, you know, the spirits could be speaking to me slightly off.
Yeah.
But I thought Fang was too predictable. Cryptic makes it more interesting. Cryptic 1. Oh, only 1. All right, slightly off a number. And Fang not going to get any more.
Okay.
Just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. You know, the spirits, they speak in broad
touch.
strokes, and I just have to interpret.
Maybe they were predicting a P253K 5 rounds from now, or 5 BO3s from now.
Maybe. We'll keep an eye.
Yeah.
It's an imprecise art.
Nouns. Always aggressive down mid. As you see a lot of teams do anyway, but Nouns, you know, you kind of expect it from them. Marky. Connector, and that could be risky for him with Fang on the other side. Carson peering around from the window, and actually, is he going to see anything? He does get the information. Tags 1, and then Junior finds the opener here to make it a 5v4. George, oh my goodness, he spotted out, I think, 3 or possibly all 4 players. Teammates are going to rotate in to try and help him out. It's Marky there over in Cave. Cryptic trying to isolate the fight. George spamming through the smoke. Marky manages to get one onto Cryptic. Freshie only gets one before he falls, and Darty Montana finds absolutely nothing. Pone alone, the last one standing in a 4v1 where everything has just vaporized in front of the eyes of Boss.
On alone. Not going to be able to hang on to it. Would have been an impossible round. But it's starting to feel like Boss might need a few impossible rounds to go their way. Starting to feel that momentum seeping back in from Inferno. It is ancient. You know, Boss maybe don't need all the rounds to still function here. But they're starting to run out of opportunities. And this is a Nouns team that is emboldened. Players are hitting. Players have been feeling good. Looking for more. CJ might be under threat in this one. Everybody's coming his way. Molly down. Nade down. Oh, look at the damage. Well, he does get the 1 kill, but golly, the beautiful red bars. They're so low. They're all so low. He's got another kill. Hold on. Walking through the smoke. Freshie's caught that. Nouns maybe rushing this, trying to get through the choke point. And in doing so, they've given up a lot of room in this. Lost the faster plays worked out. George and Marky now starting to put this back together. It's just gonna have to be Marky, and he's eliminated. Fang steps up.
What?
Big frags with the rifles, and Boss off of just a quick pistol play. I'm back on the board.
Yeah, Nouns panicked a little bit. Pushing through that smoke, I'm not even sure why you would decide to do that without having the reinforcements of your team. It's an isolated frag. Boss going to call a timeout, talk things over, and maybe calm down the comms because they're probably pretty excited with the fact that it actually panned out for them. And, I mean, it's actually good for Nouns to kind of get a chance to reset on their side. They still have enough money to buy up into this one, but that was a little bit sloppy. Thought they would have it. Thought they would recover after getting 2 kills simultaneously to make it down to a 2v2. But Fang, you know, the player we've kind of been keeping an eye out for here as the newest addition to Boss, actually gets a very impressive 2K to hang on to the site and win that eco round for them. So we move on to round number 11.
We do indeed, but now it's an even fight.
Yeah.
Even some limitations for Nouns, right? Not perfect utility, but I'm gonna say this is an even fight. No kits. No kits. No kits, John.
That's a big issue, unless they win everything by just fighting.
We'll see what they can do. They can take B control, I'll tell you that much. Man advantage now available. George has gained this ground. He's been ferocious here outside the B doors. Once again, it works out. Mid's been afforded over towards boss, though. A lot of space in mid. All the space. Rocky's trying to come back to address this, and actually George is playing with him. Playing as a tandem, playing as a duo. Now there's the spot. They want to hunt this up, and my goodness, that snaps Junior's off around, and it's clean. All this positioning in the world, but it turned out to just be a trap.
That's crazy. Boss really looked like they had an opportunity to strike through into a bomb site. Instead, Nouns closed the gaps, and there's nothing left for Boss to work with. 2 simultaneous kills pretty much coming in. One from Junior, who's been very impressive with the AWP ever since he joined this Nouns roster, even before that on HE, since Counter-Strike 2 was released even. I'll go back to that point. And he continues to be very, very snappy. And it's good to see for both Nouns and Junior himself. Darty charging through here, marking through the Molotov just to get the positioning. I'm not sure if that was worth it. He does get the opener onto Darty, but he gives up a ton of space onto that B site, which may be what Nouns is hoping for, because the site is now been reinforced with another player. We still have George here. George and Carson, who have been a really lethal duo, although Carson's been quieter here on Ancient than he was on previous maps in that previous BO3. Smoke gonna get tossed forward. Boss slowing down the pace. I mean, they have a clear path into B right now. No chances taken. All the util dumped, but it will be a bomb plant for Boss.
Almost certainly. Barring catastrophe. Molly was really the only thing that could stall that out, and it was on the other side of the map. Retake. How are they going to do this? Presumably wait to group up, get all the utility. There's no cave presence. There's no flank. It's just this straight-out CT fight. Molotov for back pillar, perhaps. Smoke for the cave. There's the molly back pillar. Freshie forced out. Freshie forced into the fray. Yet she stands in the pocket and burns. Cryptic with a MAC-10 is doing work right now. That's all going to fall to Fang. Just going for the lineup on the bomb. He can pull one player off of it. That would be it, but he could do no such thing. I still don't know if there's time, but there is indeed. The kit's enough.
What?
And we are through to the half.
listen to the beat. The sound of my heart, it will be alright. Used to make us stop.
And we're back. Nouns with a commanding lead. Well, maybe not commanding. Double their opponent's scoreline. We'll go with that. Leave it there, John.
It's still a pretty good lead. I mean, we can't take anything away from Nouns. I can't believe they were able to recover in that last round of the half and get the defuse along with all the frags that came through. But Nouns have been really good at another thing, and that's pistol rounds. Let's see if they can get themselves another one. Ponlon gets the opener, but George comes right on back for two of his own. That's the site taken, bomb planted. And Boss now have to fight their way back in without a kit in their hands to go for a defusal, so they'll have to be a little quicker than they'd like, perhaps. There's a quick frag, though, from Cryptic, and Freshie gets one onto Marky. That could not have been a better sequence. Junior and George, last two standing. George's shot's going by the wayside, but he manages to connect one, then instantly takes down Freshie afterwards. He recovers so very well. Darty Montana needs a 1v2 clutch, and it's not going to happen. Torrid pace in that round, but Junior gets the round victory for his squad, along with George, of course.
I was going to say, George might have had a little something to do with that.
Yeah,
4 kills in the pistol again. Dude is just undeniable. I mean, here, Boss are going to take the eco, so it's going to be double digits, almost certainly on for Nouns. Chance to make some money for this Nouns squad. Got the Mackies out. Well, they might not actually have an opportunity to use them, because look at this map split early. They're in towards A main, and guess who's not on A? Anyone from Boss.
That's not good.
I hear it's suboptimal. I've been led to understand. It doesn't work out well, but let's see. 4 pistols trying to funnel in. Oh, they stack up, and Carson knocks them down like it's 10-pin bowling.
I mean, there was a good flash.
Woo! Wee! That's clean. Carson made his money back and then some. Now Nouns just have 1 less MAC-10 to take into the first gun round. 1 fewer, I suppose.
I think both work.
Well, no. You know the distinction?
No?
Fewer is for measurable number of things. Less is for like a quantity where you can't measure individual units. So like less water. It's raining less than it did yesterday, but there are fewer MAC-10s in this round.
Okay, Mike.
And now there are fewer Nouns players alive in this round.
Yeah, that was a slaughter coming through from Boss. Interesting distinction. I didn't know there was actually a, you know, measurable difference between the two words, I suppose. But there is. CJ.
Different uses.
Last one left. I shouldn't say last one left standing. Got me all crossed up now. Mike, CJ is alive here with Junior. 127 HP combined amongst these two players. And Junior, I mean, he's going down the one path where there isn't much resistance. But should he poke his head out, I mean, he'll be walking into potentially 3 crosshairs.
Yeah, a little bit of resistance still.
Yeah.
So there is danger. It's not done for Boss just yet. They've got the numbers in the right spot. It's all about the timing of the 2. Okay, well that makes it a lot easier. Now they're ready. They know which way this is coming. So it is in fact going to be relatively clean. Nicely done there from Boss. Was a bit of the bonus round. Nouns will almost certainly buy back in. Carson maybe just on a deagle. But Boss at least passed the first test to make a game of this in the second half. Still more work to be done, but fewer rounds needed.
Not less than.
Shoutouts to Walter and Strunks. The elements of style. Grammar book I was gifted by my mother when I was learning to write. Good book.
Sounds like it. It's certainly memorable, I guess.
Oh, Fang.
Oh, Fang is going to get
Fang.
one for free.
Bomb dropped down. That's beautiful. Now they're so in doubt. They're like, okay, well, we've gotten all the way through. But also look at this one. Not quite the second. Pwn alone. Early warning system, though. These B players are under threat. Freshie needs to get much more active, much more quickly, because they are in a bad spot on B. Even with these early kills. Even with this man advantage. Work to be done, but pushing into the cave circumvents the worst of this damage. I'll keep their numbers alive for this post plant. Ball's gonna be down. Oh, the smoke fate. There's the first kill. Freshie now activates this flank. They may not expect 2 players here either. They should be aware of the possibility. Spam down, trades on. It's CJ.
No!
Defense, and he's got it all. CJ steps up. Huge. Again for the team. Whenever they need this, it feels like CJ just explodes. He's just got one of these a map to bail them out.
It's not only that, it's like on the B site of Ancient in particular. I think he's done that 3 times tonight in both BO3s combined. The man is a monster. And of course, we can't forget that clip with the 5-7 on Inferno on the B site. But still, I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. It felt like a round that should have gone the way of Boss, and CJ pulls it right on back, rips the rug from out under their feet. Gives Nouns an 11, so they're 2 rounds away from a ticket to the grand finals here in this post qualifier. Cryptic, along with the rest of his squad, are hoping that is not to be. They'll still have a chance, though. They'll head to that lower bracket should they lose here. But this has been fairly one-sided in favor of Nouns, unless something changes dramatically here on this map. And oh my goodness, that peak. Darty had no idea what hit him. It was like a truck to the face. Marky gets another one onto Cryptic. 5v3 bomb is planted. Boss on the outside looking in, and they're saving.
Yeah. They have to. They have to. This is map point. All but guaranteed, and just desperately trying to cling to guns to fight for the last. Fang won't have one. Fang will not have one. One fewer rifle to play with here. It's looking like they're just getting washed out by the tide of Nouns. A ferocious tide at that. 7 chances for Nouns to close this. 7 chances to book their spot in the final of this qualifier. One step away from a return trip to Jönköping.
Another third map in a row where Nouns have had 7 opportunities to close out the map. The last 2 times they've only needed 1 to do it. This time it might be the same because there's not much of a buy-up here on the other side for Boss. And there's 2 opening frags found for Nouns, only 1 for Boss, 4v3. The presence on the B site is here. Still an opportunity, but that quickly whittles away as Freshie is going to get taken down by Marky. Darty finds a trade, but it's over. Like, I don't see anything happening here for Boss. Darty, only 11 HP, 3v1, and he's out of position.
This would be impossible. But that's the things that legends are made of. Darty Montana? Okay, now it is. It's actually impossible now.
Yeah.
You can't break this Molotov. There will not be enough time. Desperation spam there just to see if he'd get a lucky kill. Another Molotov on. Oh, they're not even letting him. Not even letting him try. Come on, guys. That's not sporting. That's not very sporting at all. But he's not got time. He's not got health. He's not got chances. He's not got rounds. Nouns move on. They are in the final of this qualifier. They will get a chance tomorrow to secure the spot in Jönköping. And John, they do it in dominant fashion as well. I mean, they look, the matchup against Party Astronauts was a full series. That was tough. But against Boss, handled business.
I think they had enough. They had enough of those close maps. 3-13.